Welcome to Caveman Chronicles Paranormal Podcast, Episode 5. We're doing paranormal investigation. We have a guest on, Larry. Larry, you've been a paranormal investigator for close to 2 decades. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. I'm going to turn it right over to you. Whatever you have, and you want to start off with an experience, a story, something you want to tell us, and we'll just freestyle it from there.
There's a bunch of stuff I'd like to talk about today. First of all, I want to tell you my encounters of living in a haunted house. That is, this house has a lot of poltergeist activity and apportation stuff, where things end up in the middle of the floor without any. I live alone, okay, and I have no pets. But things will just end up in the middle of the floor or on something that I knew a little while ago that they weren't there, but there they appear.
Now, could I ask you, Larry, the location that you're at where this is happening, do you know of any history of that home? Is it on certain ground or history within the house itself?
The lady that I bought I bought this house from an estate, and the lady that was living in it hit her head and died, and they didn't find her for 3 or 4 days later.
Okay, well, that might do something. All right. Well, I'm curious to hear some of the things going on there.
Well, I watched a cable underneath my TV. It's an HDMI cable, so I could attach it to my computer. That got dragged behind it was tucked up under the TV, and I was watching TV the other day, and all of a sudden the cable just slid backwards and went right over the back of the stand.
Okay, and is this the only home that you've been in that was haunted? This is separate from, let's say, investigations, but just as far as your living quarters, just to get an idea if this is something that maybe follows you or something tied to where you're at.
It's tied to where I'm at. I did have a attachment follow me home. He's here too. We used to investigate a place called the Phelps Hotel in Phelps, New York.
I've heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, they've since closed it to ghost hunting, but when they were leaving, they told us, they said, if you want to bring anything home with you, go ahead. So like an idiot, I did.
Gotcha. Now let me before I forget here, Larry, let me ask you, when you say you guys investigated, do you want to mention, is there a name to this group that does this, or do you just want to leave that separate?
We'll leave that separate because I'm not in that group anymore.
Okay, that's fine. I wanted to give you the opportunity to put that out there if you wanted to, but yeah, I'm listening.
So I brought home the serving table, and the reason I brought it home was when we were at the Phelps Hotel one time, the caretaker of the hotel had committed suicide, and he collected wooden ship models. So I took the ship model out of the room and I put it on the serving table, which was in the middle of the hallway, and I set a K2 and a Mel meter down on top of it, and we started asking questions. Mel meter and the K2 go flying right off of the table.
Really? Now, let me ask you, during some of these things, Larry, you or whoever you were with at the time, is there ever like video footage of anything happening, any of the investigations in total?
Yes, I'm an avid audio and video guy.
Okay.
And I've captured. I was going to talk about the Road Union Community Building. That's where we do our primary locations. It's like home base, basically.
Okay.
And we go there all the time, and the amount of evidence I've captured there is just insane. And black shadows, doors opening by themselves, kids' voices. Got one guy called Mr. McCranky that despises me, and he doesn't like me. I've never been not liked by a ghost before, but I managed to put that to my bucket list.
I can relate. There's a lot of people that don't like me, probably living and dead, so I'm there with you.
Yeah, but you sit there and call people names all night.
Yeah, that's true. I get a little sideways sometimes. I try not to.
I can't even repeat what he called me because we're on audio right now, so maybe another time I'll tell you.
So that's less editing for me. That's great. Let me ask you too, and this so the listeners know, if you have anything after our talk here and we sign off that you want to send me as far as links or pictures or videos or just the locations that you were at, that would be great. And I'll put everything in the description linked so the listeners can go down that route if they want to.
All right, I will. You got to be careful what you wish for, because I'm probably going to send you a ton of material.
Oh, that's all right.
Amazing. It's
I
amazing.
can compress things into files, and I'll make it workable.
Yeah. Well, most of the files I'm sending you are only like 15 to 20 seconds, anyways.
Okay.
It's not I'm not sending you hours of video.
Right.
I'm sending you the stuff that you could present to people and without them having to look at the whole video to see what's going on,
And that would be great, because to the people watching this on YouTube, listening on YouTube, I may put some of these clips into the feed itself along with the audio, as well as the links below.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Sure.
That would be great. Thank you. And just before you dive back into that, this was the Rose. You want to recap that for me, the name of the home base?
Rose Union Community Building. It's in Rose, New York, which is in Wayne County, approximately an hour east of Rochester. That's where we're at. Yeah.
All right.
Found this place, Rose Union Community Building. Found this place on a whim. We had to jump through numerous hoops to be able to get in there at all. They had to go before the board and, all this stuff. But they let us in, and they love us there. We have, beyond a doubt, everybody always knew the building was haunted by certain things that would happen there and stuff. But we've actually been able to catch that on video and audio.
Oh, that's neat. That'll be something to see.
I'm going to send you one of an apparition of a woman, a door opening by itself, a black mass approaching me, of all things, in a dark room with just my IR light going on my camera. And you hear me say, huh? Oh,
no, go ahead.
No, I said that at the end of the video, you hear me go, "Oh my God, something just passed in front of my camera." I played it. I was on another podcast, and I sent it to the lady that was doing the podcast and stuff, and she actually played it right on the podcast. The one thing there, and it was amazing. And I said, "You're not going to believe how close that apparition passed in front of me." And she goes, "No." She goes, she's English. She goes, "No, lovely, it was approaching you." That blew me away.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing a lot of this. And I want to say, before I even view it or say anything, I'm always skeptical by nature. I've always have been. That's just me. And I don't want anybody to ever be taken back or take offense to anything that I may see in a different light. I'm the kind of guy that's if something stood right in front of me, sometimes I'd probably find a way to explain it away. And, me explaining it doesn't make it any less real. So, I'm just putting that out there, but I always want to believe in these things, and I look, and it's great to hear something firsthand, like a firsthand account, and you having video to go along with it in the stories is great. It's different from what we're used to so far.
Yeah. Well, it's affected a lot of people, because there are people in Rose that will not come into the building, because basically what it is a community center now. It was an old school, K-3. It's a small building, echoes, so you would think noise contamination would play a major factor in this. Well, it doesn't, because the voices are so clear, you can tell exactly who they are and what they're saying. We randomly will get full sentences.
See, that's interesting. Now, are you saying, this was through what? Is this just digital recording, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had the same digital recorder for 18 years.
You've got your money's worth, I'll tell you that. That's
I paid $34.95 for it at Walmart.
Hey, if it does the job.
Yeah, it does the job. Believe me, it does the job. So I've gone out on eBay and bought a couple more of them, so I got backups. But no, I use the same one all the time.
And what I find interesting too, Larry, is some of these places, I'm not sure how close they are to me. I live in New York as well. I'm in Tioga County, southern tier. I'm like right on the PA line.
Yeah.
Now, my wife and I, we do a lot of traveling, go up north all the way to like Lake Ontario, up toward the Adirondacks and all that. But if I ever get around where some of these places are, I may just take it upon myself to stop and see them, because to put the picture, the firsthand experience with the story would be nice for me.
Why don't you play a week and just come up and we'll do 3 investigations in 1 week for you.
That would be something. That'd be great.
We can easily arrange that. That's easily arranged. That's not a problem. Housing, there's housing close by, like hotels and stuff that are within 20 minutes of Rose. We have another place called the Wayne County Museum and Jail in Lyons, New York. And we have historic Palmyra. Have you ever heard of that one?
Oh, it sounds familiar, but I know nothing of it.
Oh, okay. It's been on numerous TV shows. So
I don't turn that on much.
But all these places are incredibly haunted, and they're easily accessible to the public. I know everybody, so all I got to do is make a phone call.
That would be, yeah, like I said, summer's coming, and for the listeners on here, that's, Larry, you're not far from, now, if we're talking Rose, New York, that's a short trip north for me. I wouldn't even have to, that would take me 2 hours to get there.
Yeah.
Which,
no more than that. No more than that.
Yeah, right above, for everybody listening, you don't want to check your maps out. We're talking right above Cayuga and Seneca Lake, just heading north between that and Lake Ontario in upstate New York. So that's very close to me. At the very least, I'd be honored to come up and do an investigation or whatnot. And people listening down the road, you're going to have that in a podcast. You'll get a lot to see and hear, and it'll be firsthand.
A lot of times, can we go live while we're there too? So you could always do that. I
could, yeah. I just realized actually that I have a live option that's going to be available soon to me on YouTube. I'm new to the whole technology thing. I'm 50%
boomer. Doing pretty good for yourself, though.
I'm trying. There's a learning curve, and I don't really have much patience, but it's working out. I'm giving it a shot.
All right, cool. For your listeners, they're more than welcome to come up too. Just get a hold of you, and you get a hold of me, and I would bring up about 5 people.
That would be great.
No more than 10 though, because the places are small, so you don't want no more than 10 people.
Yeah, I don't.
They were going to come up and do a public with us.
Right. I wouldn't worry about. I don't think I'm going to have too many following me, but I can think of a few that would definitely be interested if the time aligned for everybody, and that would be great.
Right now we're closed for the winter, so.
Right. Yeah, this would be.
I don't know if you guys know anything about lake effect snow, but.
Oh yeah.
Lake Ontario gets hammered.
Yeah, like I said, we're not too far, and I go up there throughout the year a lot, and. I don't know if you're familiar with this, Larry, but it was a few years back. One of the lake effect bands actually came down through Tioga County and dumped 44 inches in my front yard at the time. And it was literally 44 inches. I measured it, not an exaggeration.
No, I believe it.
That was insane. Almost paranormal. 44 inches of snow.
Yeah. Took you a few days to dig out from that, didn't it?
Oh, God, it was terrible. Plowing it out wasn't even helping, because then when the 80,000-pound plow truck went by out front, you had yourself a 6-foot wall that, there was nowheres. They were having trouble even plowing it.
Well, all I'm going to say to that is welcome to my world up here,
Yeah, if you're up there, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound fun. But, back to those 2 places, the Rose Community Center, that sounds interesting. And I look forward to all these clips and everything. Also, there's so many places throughout New York.
Yeah, there is. New York we're blessed up here. We're blessed up here. As far as the history goes, this is a really old area. I mean, we're talking the historic Palmyra Museum. One of the buildings they use was built initially in 1798.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're looking around the same time frame that ʀᴇᴱ, the Tioga County area here, was established. We have the Haunted Trail as well. I don't know if you heard about it. It might not be well known, but a lot of late 1700 buildings that are alleged to be haunted. Interesting. All over New York.
Yeah, very much so.
But carry on. I don't mean to interrupt. I just sometimes I get a thought.
No. This helps. What this does is it helps build kind of a picture of exactly what we're talking about and why they would be haunted.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Do you have any belief in portals?
Oh, okay. Give me a moment here. I guess there would be a complicated answer, and then there would be a simple one. The simple one, I would say no. Now, that doesn't mean they're not there. I would like there to be, and I have a story that actually involves me and kind of points to one. And I'll, not to take away from what you're saying here, I'm just going to give myself a shameless plug. If anybody goes back and looks at the one podcast that I have on the channel, it's the time anomalies one. It's a short one. It's an experience I had, and it doesn't per se have a portal that I saw or know of. I'm not saying portal, but what happened within that episode could possibly point to something like that. So short answer is no, I don't necessarily believe, because I'm the kind of guy that has to get smacked in the face, and even then I might not, but
Yeah.
I could see how it's possible, looking at it from theoretical science. I've heard plenty. And I'll leave it at that, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say, because that's why I do this. I need to talk to other people that do know and have experienced.
Yeah, well, Rose has 9 spirits that we know of. We know 4 of them by name because they've actually told us. But we don't say the names because it's a really rural area, and people can be quite sensitive to that. So we're not going to go saying, oh, by the way, your grandfather's a ghost at the Rose Community Center, So
Understandable.
we keep that to ourselves. But there's 2 kids there, 5 men, 2 women, and 2 kids.
Okay.
For a total of 9 that we know of. And the reason I brought up the portal thing was that there seems to be a spot in the basement of this place that no matter what you do, always seems to have activity there. And I'm talking about like black masses that appear and disappear out of nowhere. And it's only in this one spot that it seems to happen. So that's why I was bringing up the thing, do you believe in portals or not? Because believe it or not, I'm a very big skeptic myself. So for something to pass through my judgment has to be pretty significant, or else I don't believe it. I won't believe it either.
See,
I'm like you.
That's a good way to be. I think it lends a little legitimacy if you go into something not necessarily trying to disprove, but you don't have something in mind already, like this is what I expect to see, and I'm going to make it happen regardless of what I see.
No, I go in there with an open mind. What I do is this is something that people can do that it's worked really well for me for 20 years, and that is take your recorder, play it for 15 minutes, then go back to a quiet place where you're not around everybody else and just listen. And you'll be surprised what you pick up, because I'll be with the group and the spirits are actually making comments about what the people are saying.
And I've always found the recorder thing interesting. Like I get that there's got to be some electromagnetic component to the whole thing. Like you're picking it up digitally. Let me try that again, digitally, because maybe that's how they manifest or communicate. But and that's why we're not perceiving it. We're not going to hear electromagnetic frequencies, but the recorder might.
But the recorders are actually built to do that.
Right, and that's
they can hear outside the range of human hearing.
So you're thinking that it's not necessarily how they communicate, but it's just at a pitch or a frequency or a tone that's outside of our range. Is that the?
Yes,
okay.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
Oh, interesting. I guess that would make sense, because they say that animals, you see your dog sometimes lift its ears up like it's staring at the corner and freaking you out, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. So, Gary, I'm sorry there. I went off on a little tangent about the recorders. I was curious. I still have...
No. I use recorders probably 90% of the time. But like I told you earlier, I'm really big into video now, and we've made some spectacular captures on video. Actually, now if you're from New York, you must know where Warsaw is, right?
I do. I think I've been through it a couple. It's been a while, but yes, I am familiar.
Okay, there's a place there. It's the town museum called the Gates House, and we investigated there just once, but once again they closed it to ghost hunting, so we can't go back. But
why is it? Do you know why these places that originally they host all these ghost hunters eventually close it to them? Because it seems like it would be a way to draw at least some attention to these otherwise small towns that may or may not be known to people. Like, why are they closing it off to quote unquote ghost hunting?
they changed board members. That's what it is.
Okay, politics.
Politics, yes.
Yeah,
we don't want to be known. We don't want to be known for this stuff.
Gotcha. That nobody does.
What's interesting is the Wayne County Jail and Museum was open to ghost hunting. They closed it to ghost hunting. Now they reopened it to ghost hunting.
Okay. We've reopened it. Now that'd be.
So I don't write anything off. I don't write anything off. You know, I don't write anything off. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, I guess. I'll find other places. We find other places. It's not a big deal.
Oh, there must be countless just places. So many. Just in the state of New York alone. Let me mention one place to you and see. Now, I don't know if you've been down to my area, but are you familiar with a state park called Newtown Battlefield?
I've heard of it.
It was a Revolutionary War site. I don't remember General somebody, but that in the Iroquois Confederacy, the Five Nations, I think it was. You'll have to forgive my history here, people. I went to community college, so forgive me. But the site itself, there was massive amounts of blood spilled there. I mean, this was a Revolutionary War. It wasn't 4 guys and a bunch of drones. So I camped there one time, and there was nothing except right at night. I came out like 10 o'clock. Everybody's already sleeping, and I hear a cannon, like an old-fashioned war cannon. They load the cannonball type thing. Just a lone shot in the night. And I said to myself, is that something paranormal, or was that, I don't think it would be something the Parks Department would put on to, add a little mystique to the camping experience. But, I just want to throw something like that in there, that I've been places where there's been things, but I just, I'd love to see something tangible, something right there that's like undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
And
more than likely, your cannon shot was a residual haunt. They just keep replaying over and over again, but there's no intelligence attached to it. It's like a time loop.
Right. Yeah, I've heard of that. That things just caught in the echoes of time. They say sometimes limestone can yada yada. But yeah, that was. I found it interesting. It sucks that nobody else was there to experience it with me. I was camping at the time with my wife, and she wouldn't hear the cannon if it went off next to her. So, just me.
Wow.
And
yeah, you have you can chalk that one. You can chalk that one up to probably being paranormal. So see, you do get stuff.
There's some stuff. Now let me ask you: have you listened to? There's a couple of these podcasts that I apologize in the beginning. If you listen to, you might not be able to hear them anyways. The audio was pure shit. I'm in the process of actually remastering a couple of the stories and then putting them back up where people can listen to them without having to, use a hearing aid. They were terrible. And so I have had, I don't know if let me ask you, have you heard any of the podcasts?
No, not yet. But
okay,
I will.
And unless you have nothing to do, Larry, don't feel bad if you don't. I wouldn't want to listen to me talk either all day. It's mind numbing. And then when you get my brother on here and the two of us get going, holy shit. What a shit show. But we tried.
Yeah.
But I have had experiences, and mine have more so been still paranormal, but not along the ghostly type lines. It's been more UFO. And I'll be posting a video here shortly of a remastered story from before. And with that, I'm gonna shut up and let you run for a little bit. I'm talking too much.
No, it's funny you mentioned it about the UFOs because now there's a big thing on where supposed the UFO crashed in South Korea, but nobody's talking about it. But everybody knows it's there now, and they're doing reverse engineering on the capsule, and they've got the remains of the aliens and.
See, I heard nothing about this. This is interesting. This is happening, and I'm learning about this in real time.
Real life. Yep, it's been on all the major TV shows, newscasts and stuff.
Now, is there any footage that's been out on TV?
No, because they were interviewing a congressman that was he wasn't able to talk about what he saw. But they can't even disclose the location, although everybody in the world knows it's North or South Korea.
You see, I want to believe this so bad. I do, and I'm not to interject politics. I will say that in times where there's some kind of political scandal, and I don't even need to say which one is going on now because we all know it. That sometimes the media, they're like, okay, let's throw something else out there to get their minds off of what they really want to know. Yeah. And is this the case? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to look into this because that would be something.
That's going on right now.
Yeah, I may have to make a podcast sooner than later about that for everyone.
I've been watching it on Facebook. Been on all over Facebook.
I'm gonna try to reach out. I don't know as far as like Facebook communications if. I don't know, South Korea has open internet policy type thing that reaches out to everybody else. Like, I can just write so-and-so who's listed as living in South Korea, and we can have a conversation. Like, I've got some friends that I've talked to from various online platforms that live in areas in the Middle East, like Iran, Kuwait. It's just, I don't know if Korea has the same things in place where
It's a pretty modern country. I would imagine they do. So go for it.
Oh, yeah. From a technology standpoint, I'm sure. I just know that there may be political things in place where certain communications aren't. But I don't know. But I'm definitely going to look into this. That's interesting. Yeah, I do. However, too. So that's my thing. Is there's more in personal experiences. You might enjoy these stories that come up in the next podcast here, or maybe not. I mean, if you don't, you can still lie to me. Say they're great. Doesn't matter. I don't mind being lied to.
I'm not lying to you. I'm completely transparent.
All right.
I don't lie.
Just like the ghosts, completely transparent. Usually. I mean, if they weren't, that might scare the shit out of me. But
yeah, they
Now, let me ask you this: with these apparitions and things that you've come, is anything ever been able? Now, I'm assuming yes, because you said things have moved and whatnot. But to a greater degree, has anything ever been able to manipulate the actual physical world? Like, can they harm you? Can they move you?
In this house I have been poked. I got smacked on the back of the head one time when I was drinking coffee, and the coffee went all over the living room. That, as you can imagine, really pissed me off.
Yes, I do not like to spill my tea either. That's
well, this you have to have a conversation with them every once in a while to just we're both occupying the same space, so let's have a little common courtesy, and that seems to work. But the other thing I found out about my house is you never, ever do investigations here, because all it does is just riles things up really bad.
Good. Best to leave it alone.
My spirits don't like all the attention. I mean, they give me attention, but when I've investigated here, it hasn't had a good outcome. So, I mean, I get the EVPs, and I have actually captured stuff happening in my kitchen when I left the camera running overnight. But overall, it's you got your space, I got my space. Leave me alone.
So that's a good thing, and I guess it is kind of unsettling that they can physically harm you. Now, let's look at that the other way around. This is a question that would be for you, since I really have no experiences in this. But if something like, say, an apparition could physically move you, touch you, manipulate your person. Do you think that works the other way around? Like, can you physically harm a ghost or spirit or whatever you want to call it, energy?
Because it's energy, you can't harm it. Energy will just take a different form. No, but you can sure piss them off, though. That's for sure.
Okay, and that makes sense. I will say, as far as not being able to harm energy, a couple days ago, my computer would not do what it wanted to. I tried physical violence, and it too didn't respond well. It just changed itself by not doing what I wanted it to, and then took even longer.
Yeah.
So
I've learned the hard way to leave my house alone. Everybody knows it's haunted. Everybody comes in here and sees things happening. I got a gray ghost cat, and we were having when I was on that team, we were having a meeting in my living room, and all of a sudden, one of my female team members goes, "Oh my God, did you just see that cat?" And like nobody saw it except her, but it validates my experience because I know there's a cat here.
See, and that's interesting too. There was so many people that always, their pet passes away or something, and they want to feel like, and I'm not going to go too crazy with this, but I am going to touch on it here in a minute with you. Depending on different religious beliefs, what happens to you when you die, yada yada, blah blah. So your animal passes away. People want to believe that they go somewhere else also. You're going to see them someday, or you're both occupied, that sort of thing. And if in fact that is the case, that you or whomever has seen I'll just say spirit of a cat. People can use whatever word they want for that, but that something does happen to every living thing. Its energy goes into something. It's not just humans, because we're said to be different spiritually if you believe in the spirit. And that, like, these are all terms that are going to either apply or not apply depending on who's listening. It's not to trigger anyone based on their beliefs. You can believe whatever the hell you want, to the listeners. I do. Yeah. So, but I ran away with that one. I'll send it back to you and the cat, Larry.
Well, the cat's the only apparition I've ever seen in this house. I've never. My haunting is a little different than most people's. I don't see apparitions. I've never seen one here except the cat. Doesn't mean they're not here. I know they're here, just from what I've told you about and stuff. But overall, things are pretty quiet. I live alone, and I'm not doing anything to piss them off now that I'm aware of certain triggers and stuff like that. I just avoid doing it.
Now
I don't let people investigate my house.
Which is, like you said, it's a good thing. If it just riles up whatever's going on more, may as well let sleeping dogs lie. That's
right.
Now, we were saying, and this goes to what you were just talking about as well as what we had talked about previously, but energy, and it can manipulate you, but you can't do the same in return. How do you account for, even if you believe in this, you hear about these possessions or anything going on, and sometimes they involve, and not just in Christianity, I've seen it as well in other religions, but they combat these things with people in higher religious positions, like an exorcism would be something that the Christians would use. I don't know what the equivalent is for other religions. Maybe the same thing. I'm not sure. But is that something, how does that apply to everything? What does that mean?
Well, I watched an episode of the Holzer Files. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one.
I don't think so, but I may throw a link down in the description too. Give them some.
Well, in this particular episode, it's a mansion in New York City, and the Santa Maria people thought it was haunted, so they were bringing in offerings and stuff like that. But it had the opposite intended effect. It actually ramped up the activity inside of the house. And they had to get it. They got in Santa Maria high priest, and he cleansed the place, and now there's no activity there. So he was able to cross them over.
Yeah, and I don't know where to go with that. I mean, that's kind of indicating that there is some, not just, I want to say, spiritual or metaphysical bridge, like the veil between us and it, but there is a religious component.
very much so.
For whatever reason. And what that is, I don't know. I mean, we're really not going to get too much into religion, but I don't think you and I would probably find the answers to the meaning of life by the end of this podcast.
I don't think so either.
No, but
I've been
it's
searching for
interesting.
a long time.
I'm right there with you. I keep digging, but the rabbit hole has no bottom.
Yep.
So that's a lot of things, and we're going to have a lot of links for you guys that are listening, and imagery. So if you want to stare at the TV while you listen to me ramble, which I'm trying not to do, there may be some video clips and whatnot as well. Anything else for us, Larry? I mean, any other standout experiences or something that really?
Well, this is the one I was going to tell you about when I mentioned Warsaw. Specifically, we were upstairs in the military room. They divide the museum into different sections.
Okay.
And we were in the military room, and I was filming a bunch of people. They were using flashlights to get answers and stuff. And my friend Jeremy was talking about, well, there was a bunch of uniforms. Well, if you're here, were you in the Army? Were you in the Navy? And as soon as he hit Navy, all hell broke loose. Actually captured. I got this on an SD card that I keep with me because it's so spectacular. But a spirit reached into his coat pocket, took out a recorder, and threw it across the room. And I got the whole thing on freaking video.
See, that's interesting. I'm going to watch all these things, whatever it is that you send me, and I hope to get to seeing everything before I post it. But
yeah,
for those
I'll work
listening
on it today. I got time. I'm retired, Ken. I'm retired, so I got all kinds of time to do that.
Perfect. I mean, that works out great for me and the listeners. And as far as the listeners, I might be, watching this in real time with you. I may not get around to seeing these videos until I post it.
Yeah.
I might just link it up blindly and go from there.
Can I say hi to my friend Sue? She was in my group. She's watching right now.
Well,
hi, Sue Morgan.
Hi, Sue. I know we have a shout out to Sue.
Yeah.
And just so Sue and everybody else knows, something I did not say at the beginning, which I normally do, and it'll be in the description, but everything is recorded here as far as the audio on Facebook Live. Once you see the finished product moved over to YouTube, it's not going to be this dumpster fire with a screen that's not looking at anything. You're going to have an overlay and visual aids, and it's going to be a normal podcast. I use this just for recording the audio. Why? I don't know, because Facebook compresses the audio to shit, and it really doesn't serve much of a purpose, but I'm too lazy to find a better way to do it. So until I do, I'm stuck with old Zuckerberg and Facebook Live. Yeah,
okay. Later that night, at the Gates house, we were, it was the end of the investigation. We were all in a room, a big parlor, where they have some desks and stuff set up, and we were all in there, the whole team and all the people from the Gates house that came to observe and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I'm filming in the next room. I'm 10 feet away from a doorway. Okay, I'm sitting down on a bench, and all of a sudden you hear something fall, and I look down. It was right next to me, literally 2 inches away. And something fell, and it was a bag of dog treats. And I'm sitting there like, okay, did I bump that? Or I don't remember hitting it. I think I would have felt it if I would have hit it, but it fell to the floor. So I told my group leader, I said, you're not going to believe this. I said, but this thing just fell to the floor on its own. And so he came over to look. He had a K2 sitting next to the bag of dog treats, and the K2 was spun around the opposite direction.
Interesting.
So then I kept filming, and this time I'm standing up next to my cousin Sam was in the group, and she was doing Facebook Live for us. All of a sudden you sit there, I'm filming her, I'm like literally, 3 feet away? Doesn't this black shadow appear between the two of us and duck back in?
See, that I would love to have some kind of experience. Never have, maybe I never will. But I love to hear about them. And
Yeah, that's a shame. That place is a shame. They treated us so good there. They treated us so good there, and I mean, we were having experiences all night long, and those people were fascinated by it. Our group, they told us our group was the most professional group they'd ever had in there, and they invited us back. But then they called them up and said that they weren't open to ghost hunting anymore.
yeah, that sucks. And it sounds like a good group. You know, I know you said you're not with them anymore and whatnot, but there's
Oh no, I still invest. The group leader decided not to pursue it anymore. So I tried to start a group that didn't work out. But we got the core people. There's 4 or 5 of us that are really good friends, and we investigate together now. So you don't necessarily need a group to investigate. You just got to be surrounded by the right people.
well, like we spoke about previously, Larry. I know this upcoming summer, I'd love to. I don't know if I mentioned I'm a freelancer, a media photographer, so I do a lot of photography, videography, and all that myself.
Yeah.
This sort of thing would be right up my alley to, you know, I want to get in there and have a demon throw me down a flight of stairs or something. I want to have that aha moment. But I don't know if I necessarily want that. We'll tone it back a little bit. But
Well, when you do come up, I'll take you all the hot spots, and we'll see if we can't get you something on video. That would be great.
That would be something.
This place, I'm being selfish in the fact that I want this place to be known, because if we can get regular ghost hunting tours in here in this place, that gives them the money to fix up the building. That's why they love us so much, because we've probably brought in over 4 years about $3,000 in to them.
Nice. I mean,
we don't keep any of the money. No, they get it.
And there you go, to anybody that could potentially host ghost hunting. I mean, just to have the publicity is, especially if it's something founded. I know there's probably a lot of places that just throw that on there. There are some local to me, and I'm not going to call anything out. That's an opinion. But the places that legitimately have something going on, multiple people have experienced it. That's something you want to share. And if it benefits the place as well, then why not?
Yeah. Well, what the thing I think most people find the most interesting about the place is 2 things. Mr. McCranky. Everybody wants to be insulted by Mr. McCranky, or else your night is shit, you know. And there's 2 kids there, and everybody wants to interact with the kids.
All right. I mean, I'm hooked. I'd love to. That sounds like an interesting place to investigate.
Yeah, they also know us by name. How about that one?
Which is always nice, you know.
Yeah. One of the kids said Donna Whitbeck is one of my lead investigators, and we were doing a recording there one time, and we were there's this 1-second classroom, I call it, and there's a little boy that hides in the closet there. We've actually captured him peeking his head around the corner at us on video. I got that on video too. What they do is they put a cat ball there, and then you put nothing but women in the room. But I had my recorder in there, and we actually got one of the kids saying Donna's name.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, as I've said before, it's going to be interesting to view all this, and I hope everybody listens to this entire podcast. But then definitely go check out the links. That's going to be just as, if not more, interesting. It sounds interesting to me. I'll be watching along with you.
Yeah.
I will say with this place, I'm sure you've got a ton more. You said you've done this for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
But if we leave off here at the Warsaw, New York, would you be willing to come back at some point? I get some time for the podcast, and maybe do a part 2 when I have my co-host available as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because
you guys are always welcome to do your podcast right at Rose. I mean, they have tables and electricity, and it's a heated building. So
if we're ever up that way, I mean, this is the thing where I have a little home studio, and he does the same at his place, and you know, it's a side thing for us. We work on top of it, and But I do want to. I want to dive into some of this physically throughout the warmer months coming up here. And
Yeah.
I say that lightly because this is New York State. We don't really know what's going to happen. It's between -25 and with the heat index 125. So
Yeah.
somewhere is in that 150-degree window if the weather's right, and I get up that way. Anything's possible.
Yeah. Plan on doing we do overnights there though. We don't do the 4-hour ones anymore. It's strictly overnight. Strictly overnights.
I'd have to get a nap in that day. Being an old timer, I like to tuck in about 8 o'clock.
No, you know what I'm going to do to you? No, what I'm going to do to you is I'm going to get your cot and your sleeping bag. I'm going to put you down in the basement with your IR camera.
Perfect.
And just have at it.
I don't mind at all. I'm not worried about it. I'll camp out in the basement. You guys hear me down there screaming, swinging on the furnace or something.
Yeah.
Somebody come help me. But
that's all honesty, we never investigate alone, so you would have somebody with you.
Yeah, and that's probably good from a evidence standpoint. Like you got somebody else that witnessed, and maybe you got another camera angle. You got someone with a different device, a better chance of capturing something.
Well, I got some new toys. I picked up a couple cellular game cameras where they when the camera gets tripped off, it sends a notification to your phone so you could actually see it in real time.
Okay, so like a trail cam we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a trail cam, but it's got the cellular adapter to it.
All right.
So it's you link it to your phone. You link it to your phone, and then you send it sends notifications to your phone when it trips off the camera.
That definitely sounds handy because then you can have a set of eyes somewhere.
I bought them. I haven't used them yet though because I bought them at the beginning of the winter. And
well, summer's coming, and before then, also, like I said, we're going to do future podcasts, of course, and hopefully Butters is here along with myself, Caveman. And we're going to have Larry back as long as he's willing to come back on and, tell us more stories. And you'll get to talk to Butters as well. I'll apologize ahead of time. 35 years, he's been a pain in my ass. Maybe he'll grow to be one in yours.
Yeah,
and
it'd be fun.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I'm just busting on him. But I'm going to leave this one off right here in Warsaw, New York, Larry, if that's good with you. If there's anything you want to say in closing before I, throw the white flag up.
No, I think that you will get a lot of satisfaction out of watching these videos. I'll send them to you today, the ones I can find.
I'm going to dive into them.
But what I'll do, Ken, is I'll keep sending them to you as I find them.
Oh, that's fine. Absolutely. I can add to an already posted video at any time. I can just edit and throw new links within the description.
Okay. All right.
So and I will say, before we close off here, that I'll be talking to Larry again outside of this podcast, and we're going to work out some more stuff that hopefully benefits you, the listener.
Yeah.
So with that said, that was it for you, Larry. You didn't have anything other than that? I don't want to cut you short.
No. If I'm coming back on, I'll probably bring somebody with me for my team.
Yeah. Perfect. It'll be 4 of us: myself, my co-host Butters, and you, and whomever you bring along, and we'll just have a.
Her name is Mel.
Sounds great.
Mel's a lead investigator too, and she's really good. She'll have you laughing most of the time. She's quite the comedian,
I think I am too. I think most people would disagree with me, though. But I look forward to it. And Mel, if you're listening,
she goes to Rose a lot too, so she has her own take on everything. And let her tell you about interacting with the kids, because that woman fascinates me. She has such a rapport with children, and it's not just at Rose. She can go anywhere and draw out a child. I mean, that's amazing to me.
Yeah, probably.
What a talent to have.
I would say, female. You're more maternal. You kind of.
Yeah.
An essence about you in that sense, but I don't know. I'm just going off on. I don't want to walk that line of sexism here for the listeners. I don't want to set anybody off. No trigger warnings for YouTube today. But with that, no. And with that, I hope to. If you want Mel, if she ever wants to reach out, like you did as well. My Facebook, I think that's open, and then I've got my emails posted. You and I can now contact each other, which the listeners are going to benefit from here. And with that said, I'm going to close this out, Larry, if that's good with you.
Okay, that's good with me.
All right, so
Thank
here we
you
go.
for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on.
All right.
I'm looking forward to all this.
Okay.
And with that said, Caveman Chronicles Paranormal Podcast, that was episode 5. We had Larry on, a paranormal investigator of nearly 20 years, 2 decades. And we're going to hear from him again. He may have a friend on, Mel, another investigator. Hopefully my co-host Butters is here with us. And we hope you guys enjoyed. You'll hear from us again. Caveman signing off.
Okay, take care, Ken. Nice meeting you.
You as well. Cheerio.
Okay, bye.